The Adani crash and Adani saga is never ending. This time it seems more serious with federal grand jury indictment in the United States on charges of bribery and corruption, which added more fuel and more serious compared to Hindenburg research report last year. Today we are going to see what is this all about and how we need to be careful and what we need to do as small investors. Hello everyone, welcome back to Nandu's Equity. So what is this case? The US Department of Justice has indicted Gautam Adani and other executives of Adani Group for allegedly orchestrating a bribery scheme to secure renewable energy contracts in India. The charges claim that approximately $265 million in bribes were paid to Indian government officials to influence policies favoring Adani's solar energy businesses. The indictment accuses the group of fraud and obstruction of justice, making it a high-profile international case. What does indicted mean? The term indicted refers to the formal process by which a person or an entity is charged with a criminal offense. It is a legal term used in criminal law and means that a grand jury has reviewed evidence presented by prosecutors and determined there is enough probable cause to believe that the accused has committed a crime. An indictment is essentially a formal accusation, not a conviction. In the US legal system, a grand jury examines the evidence and decides whether to bring charges. Result of indictment could be if indicted, the accused must face legal proceedings such as a trial to determine their guilt or innocence. In simpler terms, being indicted means formally being accused of a crime and is the first step in legal process, but it does not yet prove guilt. For instance, in the Adani case, an indictment suggests that there is sufficient evidence to bring the bribery charges to the court. Why is the Adani Group being probed in the US? Despite the Adani Group not being listed on the US stock exchanges, the US legal system has jurisdiction because number one, US law prohibits corruption practices involving American financial institutions or global entities engaging in international trade. Adani Group's projects and transactions often involve US-based financial institutions and foreign investors, making it subject to US regulatory oversight. Number three, the US has a history of prosecuting cases involving multinational corruption, especially when American markets or financial systems are used for transactions. This adds another layer of complexity and uncertainty for the Adani Group. Is the Adani Group listed in the US market? Why it has to be indicted in US? So the Adani Group is not having any link to US exchanges. The Adani Group does not have any companies listed on US stock exchanges. All it's publicly traded in Indian stock exchanges like NSE and BSE. However, the group's reliance on foreign investors and global debt markets ties it to international regulations, including those in the US. As small investors, what should we do? The ongoing investigations both in India and the US have created significant uncertainty around the Adani Group's operations and financial practices. If the allegations are proven, the group could face fines, restrictions, or even loss of investor confidence and also loss of many contracts in India as well. Adani Group stocks are highly volatile, often reacting sharply to news and rumors. This makes them unsuitable for risk-averse long-term retail investors. Allegations of poor corporate governance and opaque financial practices raise questions about the group's credibility, integrity, which is vital for sustainable investment returns. The group is also well known for its heavy reliance on debt, which could become problematic if it faces further legal or financial penalties. Until the ongoing investigations are resolved, it's advisable to ensure we pay attention and be very cautious with our new investments in this group of companies. You might have seen a direct relationship in terms of whenever the Adani group of companies get into any kind of these turmoils and there is a crash on Adani stocks, LIC stock also crashes. The reason is quite direct because LIC has invested more than 6,000 crores of its money into the Adani group of companies. So obviously, whenever there is a bad news for Adani groups, and it is a bad news indirectly for LIC. Though LIC is a huge organization, it is not only depending on Adani group of companies. The investment amount that is like 6,500 crores is so huge, and whenever there is a impact, this also gets impacted. So as small investors, we need to be very cautious with our new investments, and if you are already an existing investors, we need to see how to handle them carefully. In conclusion, the Adani Group has been a dominant force in India's infrastructure and energy sectors. The current legal and regulatory uncertainties make it a risky bet for retail investors. For small Indian investors, preserving capital should be a priority, and it's prudent to stay on the sidelines until there is greater clarity on the group's financial and legal standing. As always, diversification and thorough research are essential components of a sound investment strategy. Thanks for watching. Please click the like button if you find this video to be useful. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you.